Hey guys, this is going to be the Q&A video that I was talking about the other day, and you guys have given me some interesting questions. I think is the best way to describe it. So let's waste no time and let's have a look at the questions. If you do have any more, obviously if I haven't given exactly a massive amount of time for people to post the questions. It's only been like 3 days, but to be honest, usually after 3 days people tend to stop posting comments. So yeah, if you have any more, just post them in the comments and I'll probably just answer them in comment form. So yeah, let's get into them. Rory Delap Biggie is 24 asks, I'm a Stoke fan, and when Liverpool came to Britannia, Jordan Henderson was shite. Do you think he was worth the money that Liverpool paid for him? Now, you see, the thing about Henderson is, at the moment, he obviously isn't worth £20 million. He's only, I think he is like 21 himself. He's like less than a year older than me. So obviously, he is not going to be the finished article, and he is going to have bad games. But he is one for the future. But he is, because he already has some form. Yeah, because he is established Premier League player. He's obviously going to get in the first team. But he, as I say, is only 21. I mean, I'm sure there are going to be people like, oh well, Wayne Rooney was 19 when he was pretty much the finished article in the Premier League. Yeah, but Jordan Henderson is not Wayne Rooney. He is not. Although he is a very good player, he is, as I say, yet to be the finished article. He needs a bit more time, and hopefully, all I can say is hopefully that he will evolve into a player that is worth £20 million. I mean, he has shown signs of potential, but he has shown signs of a bit of a duff. But you can't really judge a player yet when he's only 21. I forget how old. I think he's 21. And if he is being considered for England, which he is, then he can't be that bad, So yeah, no, he's not worth the money at the moment, but he hopefully could be. The real Shane McGowan asks, "Am I a virgin?" And I assume he was very keen to ask me this because he's posted twice over the course of the 3 days. I am a virgin. Yeah, got no one else really to say that. Will Charlton get back to the Premier League? Hamster 1993 asks. Although I don't pay much attention, as you guys know, to League One and lower, I pay a little bit of attention to the Championship, but as far as League One and League Two is concerned, I don't really look at them too much. Look at the occasional team, look at Tranmere, for example, or something, just across the river. But I think last time I saw, I think they were like the top of the League One, so that probably, well, certainly, obviously, I reckon they'll get back into the Championship eventually, if not by the end of the season. Whether they'll get back into the Premier League, that was another thing. You can never really say about a team going into League One. I mean, look at Blackpool, look at Wigan. A couple of years ago they were in Division 3. Obviously, that's how long ago it was. It was still called Division 3, and now they're in the are in the Premier League. So it's very difficult to say because you can't have back-to-back promotions. You could look at Southampton, for example. Look how well they're doing. They're top of the Championship, or were top of the Championship, I think, and they were in League One last season, so it is a very stark possibility. It all depends on who they bring in, just like any other team, really. But yeah, so Charlton, possible. Shadow Strike asks, do you see yourself applying for a partnership? Well, I did apply for a partnership. Well, I say partnership, I just sort of asked YouTube and saying, is there anything I can have, like a partnership or anything, and they a week ago, I got an email off them saying, congratulations, your account has been enabled for AdSense. So, if you look at the videos now, unless you have ad blocker, which I don't recommend getting, if you have, if you look to the side, or it's probably already popped up, there will be a couple adverts there. If you click on them, obviously I do get a bit of money, not very much, like not even, I think it's like it's very, very little, but if you all come together, it could help me quite a lot, and I would be unbelievably appreciative of that. So whether I'm obviously going to get the full partnership, I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. I'm not going to apply again. I'm not going to bite off more than I can chew. I'm not going to be excessively begging to you can I have a partnership. I'm not really interested in a partnership, to be honest. I'm happy enough with the AdSense enabling for now. Obviously if YouTube say to me, we'd like you to become a partner, then absolutely, but I'm not going to ask them once again. I'm happy enough with the ads, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with it. So Animosity asks, how old are you and why did you decide to do YouTube? Love the videos. Thank you. I am 20. I turned 20 just over a month ago. So yeah, I'm not like a 40-year-old man or something, as Chris said one time. And why did I decide to do YouTube? Well, I think well, I'll tell you what, I'll come back to that moment. There is another question. I'll bring that one back in a moment. Daniel Hanlon 19 asks, how do you record your videos and put them on YouTube? Okay, so this is for everyone who doesn't know what I used to record with. First, I use Fraps, probably the best recording software out there. It is not free. You do have to pay for it, but if you can torrent it if you know how. And in fairness to most torrented installation, sort of like .exe torrents, it's fairly simple. It's only like a 35 megabyte file or something, and it's very easy to use. So yeah, all I do is load up Football Manager, load up Fraps, press F9 to record, do whatever I say, and it has a built-in audio recorder as well, so obviously whatever you say it'll pick up, provided you've got it ticked, which I've stupidly unticked a few times in the past and recorded the whole episode without realising. It hasn't recorded my voice, and then it'll probably break it down, especially if you have a big video, like a 15-20 minute video like I usually do. It'll probably break it down into 3 to 5 parts, and then I drag them into my editing software, which is Sony Vegas, which brings on to another question, which I'll get to in a moment, which was, what's the best editing software, or at least a cheap one? The best editing software is Sony Vegas. Again, it is torrentable, and I think you can get both a trial on Fraps and Sony Vegas, but they're like 30 days again. But if you know what you're doing, they are torrentable very easily. And then I put them into Sony Vegas, adjust the volume, because I think if you listen very closely, you can hear a bit of hiss in my videos, because I think my computer has a faulty microphone or something. I think when it was bought, I've always had this where like the internal microphone has horrific buzzing and hiss noise, so it obviously has an effect on my external microphone, which I use now, which is my Turtle Beaches, and yeah, so obviously I had to adjust the audio, and then all I do is click render. It takes an hour to 2 hours to render, and then I upload them to YouTube. So simple as that, really. Mr. Dusty Videos asks, what do you think of Millwall chances staying in the Championship? Again, I would say I'm not too big, obviously, on lower league football, below the Premier League, but I haven't really. Actually, I'll check whilst I talk. I'm going to look at the Championship because I've not actually looked at it for a couple of days. But I saw Millwall get. I think they got absolutely demolished by Wolves the other day, 5-0 in the Carling Cup. It wasn't that great, to be honest. Wolves as well. I mean, we only just beat them at the weekend, so it is difficult to say, obviously with someone who is not big on the Championship. But looking at the moment, where at least at the time of recording this, they are 20th, 2 places above the relegation zone. It's still to play for at the moment, still early days, but I think they will be down there. Obviously Doncaster now getting Dean Saunders in there. I think they may rise up the table a bit. Well, yeah, I couldn't say. I'll probably have to ask me at a later date, but at the moment, I wouldn't say that they're going to stay. I would probably put money on them going down, if I'm going to be brutally honest. Favourite television show? Liam 1060 asks. Favourite television show is probably Family Guy. I'm a massive Seth MacFarlane fan, and as well as obviously count American Dad now as well. American Dad's other favourite of mine. Probably not as good as Family Guy, but still I like it. The only one I dislike really is the Cleveland Show. I got the first series, and I've still got the DVD for Christmas. I haven't watched the whole thing yet because honestly it doesn't have that same zest as Family Guy or American Dad. I know it's obviously it's not fully Seth MacFarlane show, but it for me just doesn't have the same zip about Family Guy. So yeah, but I'm too particular. I love a bit of Top Gear as well. Obviously a bit of a lad show, but I've been watching that show for years, way before it was all mainstream. Without sounding like a bit of a hipster there, but I did watch it back in 2002, 2003. When it was actually about cars. I do love me cars, for those who are wondering. Rather, I don't drive yet, but I do love me cars. And yeah, I think that's really. I don't actually watch that much television really, apart from the news. A bit of Top Gear on Dave maybe sometimes if I'm off. And I've got Family Guy, pretty much got all the Family Guy DVDs up to season 10 and American Dad up to season 4. I have yet to get to season 5, however. Talk Football 123 asks, do you like Blackburn and what do you think of Steve Keane? Do I like Blackburn? Well, I like them for the fact that they are the only Premier League team, apart from Arsenal, Man United, and Chelsea, the fact who have not, to have won the Premier League, obviously under Sir Kenneth Dalglish. But in the current form, I find them to be one of those annoying teams. Coming from someone who obviously supports a top 5-6 team now, as I was going to say top 4, but it's not really anymore, are we? They're one of those teams who sort of irritate you a bit. It's like, why do you have to take points off us? Why don't you just lie down and let us beat you? You know, that's sort of, I'm sure most elitist football fans think of teams like Blackburn. I want to think of Steve Keane. I think the pressure these people have been putting him under is absolutely ridiculous, but yeah, that's modern management for you. He's a decent manager. I wouldn't say. I think Blackburn probably could do better, but you know, he's in charge now, and if I was a Blackburn fan, I'd back him. So he doesn't. He hits all the right buttons for me for now. You know, just beat Arsenal for goodness sake, 4-3 the other week. You know, and who else? I think who else did he play? I can't remember what the last result was, but you know, now they've got, you know, the Venkis, people behind them. So you know, I don't see any reason why they can't come up the table. And you know, if they get a few new signings in January, hey, sky's the limit for them. Connor 89 900 asks, any plans to do more Let's Play videos? Because I'd love to see play the new game F1 2011. Well, Let's Plays, now this is it's a bit of a tricky one for those who don't know. If you haven't watched any of my latest videos, I have sold my Hotpack HD PVR, and it's completely gone away now. I delivered the package this morning to the courier, so hopefully she'll get some money back. I am getting a refund, not a replacement, since a lot of people have been telling me now, oh yeah, they're crap, they're faulty, they break, etc. So, excuse me. So whether I'm going to be doing any Let's Plays remains to be seen as of yet. Obviously, Football Manager 2012 is an obvious one that's nailed on for hopefully the release day, if not the day after, because I've just got my timetable and it kind of clashes with my uni studies, but whatever. But whether I'm going to do F1, I could get F1 2011 on the PC. I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, so and I do love F1. I love F1. I think it's a very good sport. I don't watch it on the telly as such because it's kind of boring for me now. And Sebastian Vettel just rapes the living daylight out of everyone. But I do love the game. I played the hell out of F1 2010. Although admittedly it was only like one season, but because I had it on rent, and it's a very long game for one season, but I still found it very, very enjoyable. And but I've definitely got F1 2011 on pre-order. Actually, not on pre-order. I've got it on rent. Actually, hopefully should be the next game I've got out. Sending back Fight Night Round 3, which is actually one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. So I'd only got that for the achievements, to be honest. ReeseBoy37 asks, what are you studying at university and what do you aspire to be? Now this is going to bring back another question, which was why did you decide to do YouTube? I'm going to tie it in with this. What am I studying? I am studying media, but the full title of the course technically is Media Culture and Communication. So it's kind of like a sort of combination of, I think I once described it to one of my friends as a wacky combination of media, sociology, history, psychology, and English. And then you've got all the stuff such as like public relations and all that sort of stuff getting thrown in. But whereas most people when they say oh, media studies, you like make films. No, I don't do any of that. I was originally on a course like that. However, I swapped because I thought actually I'd rather sit in a classroom, you know, because this is a really crap analogy, but bear with it. There's the practical course which most people think of when they think of media, which is, you know, standing outside on a cold December morning with a camera, filming your friends with a massive camera on your back, or you know, you can be sat in a nice warm classroom, just simply taking notes and just thinking to yourself, just whilst the teacher in the corner waffles away, you know, and that's what I thought I'd rather do. So I did that, and you know, I study theoretical stuff rather than do the practical stuff. It's very odd way to describe it, because a lot of people, when they think of media, is camera work, Photoshop, you know, that sort of stuff. But I don't do that. We study films. It's kind of like film studies as well, but not as rubbish. If you do film studies, then this means no disrespect. I am doing a very similar degree to you. So, but it's not as Mickey Mousey as film studies. And what do I aspire to be? This brings me into, again, I personally would always want to go onto the radio. That's been one ambition of mine for many years now. Ever since I've been like 13, 14, I've always thought to myself, I want to be on the radio. Originally, when I was growing up, like I think, sure, like most people really growing up, wanted to be a bit of an actor. I was a bit of an actor when I was did drama when I was a bit younger. I did it for A levels. Did drop it in the first year, however, it was getting on my nerves. To be honest, there was a class full of girls, and I'm sure that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you know, when they're very bossy, it's a bit of a turn off. So yeah, I'd love to be on the radio, and this kind of brings me into why I decided to do YouTube. Certainly the commentary side of it. You know, I've always wanted to be on the radio. Whether obviously it's want to be my own show, that's another thing altogether. But you know, whether it be just sort of DJing regularly, because I can do a bit of a DJ thing. I've got virtual DJ on my desktop. You know, I can do that sort of stuff. But you know, it's if you tune in, maybe in a couple of years' time, you hear my voice on the radio. That'd be great, you know. But as far as I'm concerned, for now, I just want to get this uni stuff out the way, and then hey, we'll just see what happens there. But that's why I started YouTube, or at least the commentary side of YouTube. The original idea of this channel was not meant to be Football Manager at all. It was in fact a machinima channel. Now, when most people think of machinima nowadays, they tend to think of, you know, machinima respawn, COD gameplay, commentaries, etc. Machinima, that is not machinima at all. Machinima, the technical term for it is machine cinema, to make a film using video games as a medium, using Halo 3 theatre mode to act out your Spartans in a way to, or you know, your characters or Gmod or whatever games you play, and act it out, do a voiceover on it, acting, put it all together, edit it, and upload it to YouTube like a film. You know, so it looks like a film. And prime examples, of course, I've talked about before, are being The Chief, Freeman's Mind. I can't think of any more, to be honest. But you know, basically, if it's not a commentary, it's going to be a machinima. That's uploaded to machinima, and that's why this channel is called Media Machinima. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the company. It was originally a machinima channel between me and my friends that we kind of just we made the channel because it one flopped. I think I uploaded my first ever montage, my first ever video actually. It was on my Halo 3. It wasn't a montage, it was a funtage. It was just me just editing a load of clips together and just putting them into Windows Movie Maker. And we were like, okay, this is kind of stupid, because the original channel was called Halo 3 TV. Now there is a whole backstory to that. I'll probably explain another time because it's a fascinating story. But we were like, okay, we can't do this anymore because we've uploaded like 8 videos. One of them was Halo, so we were like, okay, we've got to make a new channel, and we wanted to make a machinima channel, so we called it Media Machinima. I forgot why, but we sort of like, okay, we've got this channel, and then a few months passed. I uploaded my montage, a second montage or funtage, and this is the first video on this channel. If you go all the way back to the very first video, you'll probably see it there. It's not that great, but yeah. And by about May 2010, I realised, I thought, hang on, my video is still the only video on this channel. I said to Joey, friend, listen man, are you guys going to be doing anything with this channel? You know, I asked everyone, and they were like, well, no, because we've got school times taken up, etc. We've got work, homework, blah blah blah. I was like, well, can I have the channel and can I just take over it? And then and they were like, okay. So I changed all the details, and pretty much from there it started uploading machinima. And after like a few months, that's the commentary sort of the thing started really taking off on Respawn. You know, Tay was getting bigger, Sam 5000, Trout, Blaine Truth, Hutch, C9s, etc. They were massive then at that point. This was 14 months ago, and I was like, well, might as well do a commentary, you know. So yeah, that's that. So just very it's a bit of a long story there, but that's a big story. Who do you think was better in the prime, Messi or Ronaldo? Ronaldo. Messi or Ronaldinho? This is by is it Zeke Runs or Zeke Runs? I can't pronounce that. But yeah, who do you think was better? Number one, Messi or Ronaldinho? I'm probably going to have to go with Messi on that, mainly because he's just a better player overall. I think he's an all-round better player than Ronaldinho, whereas they both have massive impacts on the team, certainly in the prime I'm talking about here. But Messi, he has that something extra that Ronaldinho never just quite had. You know, I don't know, it's very difficult to explain, but when you know when Lionel Messi has that something very special, whereas Ronaldinho had something special, Messi very special. So I'm just going to go with Messi, just pipping him there. Cristiano Ronaldo or Thierry Henry? Now this one, I was looking at this the other day, and that's a really good question. And I thought about it, and I'll actually go with Thierry Henry, mainly because it's a bit unfair, this one, because Ronaldo's a midfielder and Henry's a striker, so maybe you would expect Ronaldo to do a bit more because he does more for the team. But Henry is just magical in his prime. He was just, I just mesmerised. I knew every time he got the ball for Arsenal when he's playing Liverpool, I was like, oh, here we go, and I just sort of sat back and thought, he's just going to score now, forget it, you know. Whereas Ronaldo, I've seen him cock up tons of times, very rarely saw Henry. I know I've seen him, you know, miss from a yard. I've seen both players miss from a yard out, but I just think I'm probably just going to have to go with Henry, probably because I just respect the guy more, and obviously that's got nothing to do with the fact that he's better in his prime, but I'm just siding for Henry for that matter. And then finally, Scholes or Gerrard. This again is a good one, but obviously I'm biased, so I'm probably going to go with Gerrard, but there is a good reason for that. Gerrard and Scholes both have this very good knack, of course, of having the very trademark shots go in very, very pretty much all the time. But Gerrard has that something extra which I think Scholes didn't have, and that was that sort of captain's influence. He would lift the team, whereas Scholes, although he didn't have it as much as Gerrard. You know, Gerrard, the team was built around Gerrard, whereas that team wasn't built around Scholes. And I think that just sort of edges Gerrard on that one. So yeah, that's that one. Fergie SAFC 123 asks, what do you think about Sunderland? Any team that is managed by Steve Bruce, I hate. I've got nothing against the team personally. It's just Steve Bruce. I don't know what it is about Steve Bruce. He always seems to have Liverpool's number. I don't know why. I think ever since we beat Birmingham, you may remember this, I think it was the FA Cup. I think it was the quarter-finals in the year we won it in 2006. We went to St Andrews and we battered Birmingham 7-0. It was his Birmingham team, 7-0, and it was like 3-0 in like 5 minutes. And much like the Dream Team game the other day, and ever since then, I think we've beaten like once, and they're just pains in the arses. Yeah, they're an annoying team. We've got some quality players though. I think Sunderland have got some good players. Obviously, Asmo, I know he's gone now. I think he's on loan. I think Titus Bramble, obviously. But yeah, that's Sunderland. It's just a Steve Bruce team. Don't have the greatest respect for, but once he goes, then I'm sure, you know. I mean, it's already got wanker players like Kieran Richardson. I think he's a bit of a wanker myself. So, what can you do? Mr. Man, I can never pronounce your name, mate. Mr. Manunav, I think that is. Besides FM12, what playthroughs are you going to be making? Modern Warfare 3, FIFA 12, Assassin's Creed. That's for example. At the moment, it's just going to be FM12, but I do plan on doing other videos. Not sure which ones though. I did want to do FIFA, and I still could. I could get it for PC, but the problem is my PC can run FIFA, but it doesn't run it very well with fraps running at the same time. You know, you've got to have a pretty high-end machine to do it. You have to run both at the same time. So, I mean, obviously, the current and most logical explanation would be upgrade your machine. Problem is, I have a Sony machine, and they aren't that hot on you opening up your computer and upgrading it. They're quite restrictive on that. You can't go into a Sony store and say, "Hi, can I have another 4 gig of RAM, please?" You know, or can I have a new processor in that, because it'll just kill it. You know, and you know what's Sony? You know, typical, very Sony. If you know anything about Sony over the last couple of weeks, you'll know that if you sign the latest PlayStation 3 terms and agreements thing, you basically give away your right to I think what is it, to like protest or something? I don't know, but some ridiculous freedom of speech breaking thing that Sony have done. So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, also I know another few people will be like, "Why don't you just buy another computer?" Yeah, the problem is that I'm a student. I've already got one computer, and one computer will do you for 10 years when you're a student. So yeah, I'm still up in the air at the moment, but it is just FM12. But I know I will be doing other games. It's just a matter of time. I don't know just yet. So that's the answer to that question. And and obviously I know at the top I said it before, but Shane McGowan asked once again, "Am I a virgin?" Yes, I am. I know I said it before, but he asked twice, and I was given 2 answers. So that's that Q&A. If you have any more questions, or if you want to know more about any more of the stories I've talked about, then just say, and I might make another one, or I'll just probably answer your question in the comments. So thanks for watching, guys. I've got no more videos planned for now, but if you give us some idea, if you have games that you'd like me to play, please tell me, and I will try my best to see what I can do. I'll try and get hold of them. Just one thing, I know Goose did say try a game called Mountain Blade Warband. I'm not really into games like that. I'm not into, like, you know, League of Legends, Warcraft, or just Age of Empires, anything. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. It bores the hell out of me. So try and avoid games like that. But if you have anything else, then just say, and I'll see what I can do. Thank you very much for watching, lads. My God, it's been 25 minutes. I'll waste no more of your time. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.